person. It's all you have to schedule and plan and coordinate and unlock doors and.
Amazing, amazing. Good. Well, let's get started, and there's a few more people who will be coming in. So, you're welcome to join us at the table, so you can.
There's a chair over here too, in the corner.
There's a chair over here too, so, belly up to the bar, as they say.
If no one wants to sit, I can scoot over into the corner chair if no one wants that one.
I got in the corner, I got a good view, the whole room.
If you self-identify as a troublemaker, self-identify yourself into the corner.
That's right.
Go ahead. Go ahead, sweetie.
Oh, nice. Or C network.
Good. Okay, good. So this is snug. This is nice. We've got room for one more, and I'll go get some more chairs if we have more people come. So, good. Welcome to Coach Jacksonville. And we have been running this Coach Jacksonville since 2005. And so we're open to everybody. There's no dues. The idea is to be a sort of a think tank, a place for people to share ideas and express themselves and maybe to find out about coaching. A lot of people just come just to find out what coaching's all about. And some people come because they're longtime coaches and have been here forever, practically. So welcome. But what I'd like for us to do is a couple things. One is we're going to first say that we're recording this. We are recording, yes?
It's recording.
It's recording, okay. And so is everybody okay about having this recorded?
Yes.
Yes. Everybody affirmative, huh? Good. And so that's number one thing. Number two thing is let me know,
Yeah.
because it's a little warm for me too. We could all introduce ourselves. That would be great. So let everybody know who you are, what makes you just a tremendous person, whether you're a coach or not, what's your connection to coaching, what's your connection to this meeting also, and then I think if you can just say something that's absolutely remarkable going on right now for you. I'll start off to sort of give the idea. I'm Doug Wilder. Wilder Success is Wilder Business Success. For 8 years. Started coaching before I knew what coaching was, and before anybody else knew it. Used to say I'm a coach, and they'd say what sport. And so things have changed quite a bit in the last 3 decades. My connection here is I've been running this since 2005, and for everybody, and stay by here and see what happens. We used to meet at a restaurant. COVID, and our numbers reduced so much that we were no longer had our private room. So we finally decided, well, we'll do it here because the numbers were so small. Now the numbers are starting to get increased, and so we're thinking, okay, maybe we need to larger venue. So we'll see. And so that's what's happening in my world. So, Max, why don't we start with you and go around the table?
All right, my name's Max Mays. I coach entrepreneurs.
I can't hear, guys.
My name's Max Mays. I own a sales coaching company, and I also own a construction company. I coach entrepreneurs and salespeople on how to become better and more confident closers.
You're hearing that now?
Yes, we did a thumbs up.
Okay, good, thank you. Thank you.
Hey, good afternoon. My name is George Biastri. I am how I found out about, Coach Dax is I've known Doug for a long time. I don't know how many years it's been, but, been around, but we've been friendly since Coach Dax was founded and the Lawyers Roundtable was founded, and I know that predates Coach Dax for quite a while. But, that's how I know Doug. I have found myself in and out of, a number of, small businesses over the decades. I've been a keen observer of processes and strategies and owners' thinking processes or lack thereof. And one of the things that I found myself between opportunities about a month and a half ago, and Doug and I talked about this several years ago, is, George, why don't you just hang your own shingle and become a coach? So I'm a strategy coach. I'm, for lack of a better word, my key strength is ideation, strategy, and connecting. So what I do is I come in, I chat with the owner of a business and their team and help get in the mind of the owner to get their head out of the weeds and figure out, an owner tries to do everything in their business and they can't. Lean into and on the strengths of the team to find new opportunities, new places to go. And I've been very blessed about a week after changing my LinkedIn profile that I was a free agent again. Two business owners tapped me on the shoulder and said, "Hey, what do you want to do next?" Almost without anything, it was very God-driven. This came out of my mouth, exactly what I just said, and they said, "Well, maybe I could pay you to do that for me." And I said, "Okay, I guess I'm a coach." So there you go. I'm working my way down the path. I haven't branded myself. I haven't done a website yet. I still left my LinkedIn profile as open for opportunity. So in the next month or so, I plan on branding and communicating and putting a website together and all that sort of stuff. So the timing of this, the timing of this event is good for, if nothing, for additional stuff in my headspace.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
Welcome to the club.
Thanks.
Wendy, can you hear me? I'm not gonna speak too much because I'll share a little bit while I speak today, but, my name is Selena Stone. I am the owner and founder of Stone Media Source. I left my corporate job about 4.5, almost 5 years ago. It'll be 5 years in April, with over 22, 23 years of corporate marketing, communications, and PR experience. Some of that career was also spent 5 years in healthcare as a HR manager for some hospital systems. So I started this journey thinking I was going to build beautiful websites and create beautiful marketing collateral. I quickly learned that being a single mom, I only had 4 hours in my day, and that was just nearly impossible. I kept myself with only 4 clients a week, and you know the grind. It's constantly finding new clients. I didn't like that model. So I invested in a coach 4.5 years ago. $500 was how much he charged me per month, and it was the scariest thing I ever did. And I'm so glad I did, because now I can find myself charging or paying and investing in a coach, twice as much, because I know that the results I'm going to get, it's a cheat sheet. It's a cheat code to getting to where you want to go very quickly. So what I do now is I help business owners. My strengths are working with small to medium-sized companies. Big corporations will sometimes consult with me as well, but my sweet spot and where my passion and my heart is with female business owners, particularly moms, because that's where I came from, and I know the grind and the hustle of what they're doing. I'm trying to show them there's a better process to do that. So my passion with marketing and branding, anything that's beautiful, it's how do I help you speak clearly with your message to attract the clients you really want. Sharing more today with you about how we're going to help you leverage more time and make more money.
All right. Hey, everybody. I am Heidi Aderman. I am the first Wilder Business Success Coach, but I'm also an opportunity igniter and a life coach that rocks. So I'm very excited as far as incredible things that are going on in my business right now. About 2 Coach Jax meetings ago, I was talking to somebody, And they're like, well, what's your niche? Who do you really want to be coaching? And I'm like, well, I coach busy professionals. You know, I help them balance their self-care and all of that stuff to make their bigger goals easier to achieve. But he's like, is that really who you want to be coaching? And I'm like, no, I want to be coaching musicians and other creative people to be able to release their creative projects to the world. But, you know, musicians, they don't have a lot of money all the time. And so how are they going to be able to afford coaching? So as I was trying to build my coaching business, I still not consistent with getting clients and things like that. And so I picked up a side project with Austin Entertainment Management, and what this has turned into is next year we're going to do this huge Battle of the Bands event, but to get these 10 bands up to the final project, they're going to do a year coaching with me, because most bands are not thinking of their music as a product that they're selling, and they're not thinking it from a business kind of sense. And in my own personal music journeys, that's what helps me be more successful, is like, oh, I just need to make a business card and hand those out when I'm booking, and things are a lot easier. So I'm going to have a whole challenge of business things for these bands to do to get points and stuff, because that's the other thing that I do as a coach. I gamify everything with my coaching to make building these new processes and building habits be more fun. So all of this is coming together in some crazy combination, like everybody's like, you're doing so many things and you're all over the place, but I'm finally starting to see how all of the pieces are starting to fit together so that I'm going to be able to coach and work exactly in the niche that I wanted to, even though it seemed kind of impossible. Hey. It is.
Hi everyone, I'm Siobhan McCracken. I'm a life and health coach with Lives in Wellness. I started this business back in 2019. So my background has been in corporate human resources. So a lot of coaching and developing in that role, but just from a different angle, of course. And then as a human resource, really dipping my hands into the health and group benefits of trying to find ways to help people in my employee population. So I combine those two passions to do this. So my niche, thank you for saying that, right, is helping busy working parents and new moms who really struggle with exhaustion and stress, shift those to double their energy and get back to their ideal body weight so you can feel like yourself again after having a new baby. And what does your new normal look like? Which that can be like a whole crazy new life and you're pulling your hair out. So so really helping people understand the impact that stress have on their body and finding easy, fun ways. I love your gamify. Finding easy, fun ways to build those new healthy options, just shifting those from the and providing new options that really help simple, easy things, right, that you actually want to do. So I help my clients find out what their action steps are, get in touch with and find out which diets really work for them, like and mindful movement and exercise. So that doesn't look like the same thing for everybody, right? Some of these really, strenuous exercises are amazing for some folks, but other folks are like, no, I can't do that, no way. So finding the thing that works right for you. So all these little things combine together to have like this holistic mental, emotional, and physical wellness, right? And so we also look into to really uncover why we have these kind of inner dialogues and what we can do to. So that was a long intro. Yeah, that's me. Hi.
Hi everyone. Hi Wendy. I don't know, am I the only one who's not a coach that's here today? Lena invited me, so we were at a different networking event. My official business and my title is Certified Financial Planner Practitioner and Chartered Financial Consultant. That really means is just I help business owners and families figure out what is available to them in the realm of finance and money management and what's going to be the best fit for them in their. My specialty is in the individuals who have both complicated personal needs, things like mortgages, rental properties, debt management, student loans, aging kids, and are also entrepreneurs or business owners. We have very complicated in both realms. It's rare you find someone who can handle both, but that's exactly what I focus on, is where the intersection of business balance your business goals as an entrepreneur and your life as a person, as a father, a mother, a parent. Balance those goals to find the best. Selena and I were talking at a different networking event, and I mentioned something about, I really wish I had a network of coaches because I work with parents and entrepreneurs, and they're always in need of more assistance, which I don't have the time to provide, and my business isn't set up to do. That's where I come in. So I came here to start building that network of coaches. Fantastic thing going on in my life right now is, even though I've been in financial services about 8 years, this is coming up on the 1-year mark of me being a solo financial planner and doing things myself as my own business, my practice. So that's been a big achievement. I'm still here. I'm still around. Things are going well. So anytime you can make it past that 12-month.
Coach, you don't even know.
I was a teacher beforehand, so that's probably where that kind of overflows, as I used to teach. So, Michelle.
Hello, everyone. I am Michelle Portier, aka Michelle Speaks with a Z. But that's my branded name. I am retired Navy, and I came into coaching by way of my own experiences. I am a present. I love helping women and women veterans find their path forward after adversity. So I help them to identify the barriers in the farming events, workshops, support groups, and so we've got a couple of events coming up. Art of Reconnection Wellness, create themselves and helping other people to create. So because of the new norm we find ourselves, I've been hearing in all of these executives to can't separate the personal from the so that's what our event on facing reconnect. We have a program launching March. Face harness and heal. This is me in a nutshell, and what makes me great is I love doing things that people recovering from reconstructive surgery, so wheelchair and now. Okay. So I just love to help women get empowered. And I came here by way of Tina.
Afternoon, everyone. Cindy, hello. I am certified master financial coach, Selena G. Been certified since 2019. Went through the master certification last year, graduated. I worked for JP Chase for 15 years, have been an entrepreneur since 2018. I am an author of 3 books, Ultimate Guidance Tips Towards Financial Freedom. On Amazon, I have 2 workbooks that goes with that book. One is for adults, one is for youth. It's on Amazon as well. I have a podcast, 800 Plus Financial Freedom, which have over 4,000 subscribers and downloads. Doing very well right now. God blessed me with my office, so I have an office now where I can service my clients, which I did the grand opening in January. I'm getting ready to launch the Financial Freedom Youth Program this month to help the youth. The name of my company is the 800 Plus Financial Freedom Club, and the reason why I named it that is because my ultimate goal is to help people reach the 800 Plus Club, which is getting their credit scores in the 800, 700, 800. I've been in the 800 Club for over 10 years. I thank God for working at JP Chase, where I learned all of my skills and knowledge, where I can help others. Help them with their credit, financial planning. My ultimate desire and passion is to help the youth because they are our next generation. I love pouring into them, teaching them. I do workshops quarterly, sometimes monthly. I am a motivational speaker. People always reach out to me. As a matter of fact, I just did one a couple of weeks, February. every month someone is reaching out. Motivation and speaking, I'm going out to churches and low-income areas, teaching financial literacy. Um, what else? I'm a master hairstylist at Platinum Cuts Hair Salon, notary. What else? Yeah.
In
So
your spare time, what do you do?
in my spare time, travel. I love
You actually have
love
spare
the
time.
beach.
That's
Yeah,
amazing.
I do. Get ready to celebrate 25 years of marriage this month, March 22nd. My daughter will be 13, so very grateful,
Wow.
honored. But this is my passion. I love, more than anything, love teaching financial literacy, love helping people, teaching them, getting them on plans to, get out of debt, things of that nature. I love it. Thank you.
Wendy.
Hi, everybody. I'm Lindsay Epstein. And next time I'm going to come back in person, unless it's on the day I'm coming back from Miami. So you'll have to tell me when April will be. So I am, I've been in sales for 40 years. And I've always wanted to be a teacher or a social worker. And so finally in 2021, I got certified to be a life coach by a friend of mine in Atlanta. And since I came to the event in December, my whole life has completely changed. I was working for a couple of years for a life insurance company, and last January 2021, my older daughter, my 28-year-old, was diagnosed with cancer. And she's doing great, but we still don't know until the end of this month whether she's cancer-free. And taking 15 to 20 incoming calls every single day and asking every single person I talked to whether they had cancer or not started wearing on me. So I will still sell life insurance, but instead of being a W-2 at a desk with a headset on all day, I'm going to be doing it 1099. And along came my coaching and a doctor in Atlanta that needed me to help him on an international expansion for his office. He does stem cell treatment. He treats Gronkowski and Justin Fields of the Chicago Bears. And so I'm helping on that international expansion. And my coaching niche is women over 50. I am 63. Women over 50 who are reinventing their lives, whether it is they've been divorced, widowed, or they are now empty nesters. Because I've been two of those. I've never been widowed, thank goodness, but I am divorced, and my kids are 28 and 25. My youngest is about to graduate law school in May. And they both live in Georgia, and I'm here in Jacksonville. So, and what I do in my spare time, and I do have spare time, even though I have 4 businesses, is I dance and I travel. And I love being here. Oh, and I came by way of Heidi.
Good. What a great group. Very dynamic, a lot of variety. So if you're looking to refer somebody, you almost have to say, okay, here's the right one, given this situation, so.
Can I say something
Yes.
real quick? For these two in particular, there's a group, have you guys heard of Clay Safety Net Alliance?
Yes.
We meet the third Thursday of every month. You can go to their website, it's claysafetynet.org. This is a gathering of nonprofits from Clay County, and Duval mostly, but there's some other people that show up from other counties, that help share resources. So an example, like you got food pantries in different areas of town. One might have a surplus of food and one might not have enough.
Okay.
So they meet at these meetings so that they, resources basically, but it's not just that. And even in the meeting, they, have a thing called Meet the Need, where somebody will say, hey, we need volunteers for this, or this family needs a couch, things like that. But what you guys are talking about and the people that you want to serve, those people at that meeting are your people. I think you'd be able to find people to partner with.
What was it again? I'm sorry.
Safetynet.org is where you can go. I think they're still meeting on Zoom on the third Thursdays. not sure, but there might be recordings of the meetings, but there is a directory. So once you show up to the meeting, they'll put your name and contact information on that directory. So other people can reach out to you if they see you, and you can use it too to be like, this is welcome.
And I forgot to add, all of my handles are Michelle IG.
Oh, speaks
With a Z.
with a Z, okay. So why is it that you speak with? Okay.
Also, I did some research. Do different things, but
What is it?
yeah, I don't know, I just like the way it.
It's the closest
It's
thing to
catchy.
an S, Doug.
And it's catchy,
Okay,
people
great,
remember
great.
that.
Yeah.
So the
Good,
whole thing is
good.
Michelle Speaks with a Z, if you hide it, you can't.
Good.
No topic is taboo.
Exciting. The third time I heard it, I thought you were saying Michelle speaks with the Z's.
So, with a Z.
It flips the whole thing.
No. And I'm an
Excellent.
author, inspirational speaker as well.
Great.
Done that since 13.
What fun.
It is, I love it. I love empowering women.
Right, right.
Know better.
Breaking through the glass ceiling. Sometimes call it a cellophane ceiling, because
Yeah.
you poke your way through it.
Right.
It's really not that
Fine.
confident to do
Need
it.
that guidance to know
Yeah.
that, yeah.
Color out there. Let's, that are missing, but I think they're going to be, if they make it. But in the meantime, any announcements, anything that we should know about, anything that's happening?
Wendy, can you hear us?
I'm sorry, launching the youth, financial youth program on next Sunday. We have a website, is, SelenaGibbons.com. Information is on there. SelenaGibbons.com.
Good.
And nothing outside of what I shared earlier, and it's all on the website, so. Start a reconnection and.
Good.
I've heard of it.
Good.
So, if any, I'm sorry. A 14-day reset cleanse, so it's just an easy 2-week. We're taking out all the foods and just so you can kind of slowly reintroduce those foods and things, and you'd be amazed all the time, bloated and, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a fun way. My website is livezenwellness.com, so LIVE. All the social medias.
Can you repeat that again? I didn't hear you.
Sure. Live Zen Wellness, so LIVE Wellness. Thank you.
Good. I have a program also about programs and ideas of what might be. And we can. That in mind, have, for you, to, my life in the last month, Jacksonville. Very excited about the things that you have there, where you.
Before we start, can we take a picture?
It would be good. Let me get somebody who
We're
can.
gonna get Wendy in there too somehow.
Well, oh,
Can you make Wendy
maybe I
full
need to,
screen?
Let's do this. I stop sharing my screen.
yeah, maybe. Okay,
yeah,
yep, and then I could do like, spotlight for everyone. There's Wendy.
Hi, Wendy.
I guess I had to unmute myself. Hi, everybody.
Hi. Thank you.
One of my social media people would say, if there's no picture on social media, it didn't happen.
Right?
You gotta put it on LinkedIn and Facebook and tag everybody and Instagram and Twitter and all those good things.
So if I eat a 16-ounce steak, don't take a picture of it, it doesn't
Never
show up on
happened.
my waistline, right?
Never happened. Although I think the rules for calories are different. If I remember correctly, you have to eat while standing and you have to eat with friends. If I remember correctly, so.
Funny. Good way. All
All
right.
right, we ready? Thank you all for being here today. This is gonna be a very casual conversation. I've done this presentation, many, many times, and it's always, at the end of it, it goes over very well. People start actually implementing some of the things that I say. So take lots of notes. I don't mind, if we can wait till the end for questions. Got a lot of slides to show you today, and I will encourage you to all take screenshots if you'd like, and then we'll hold off questions so I can get through it pretty quickly. How much time do I have? Let's make sure I don't want questions. Will I be able to get a copy of it? Yep. We'll make sure we'll get everybody's emails,
Well, we can send out the recording.
Okay.
Good,
Okay.
good. And we're gonna go till 1:30, but let's say 1:05.
Okay. Great. So, welcome everybody. Today I am going to be talking to you about some strategic processes that you can start implementing in your business. One is so we can maximize time. Everybody has the same 24 hours in a given day, but if you were really to log and track how many hours you actually work in your business, how many hours do you think you're working? My goal is to work 1 hour a week. That is my main goal. That's all I want to get to is working 1 hour a week, where I'm coaching all of my amazing clients one day, 1 hour per week, and then the rest of the time I'm off either enjoying my son or I'm traveling and or today's intentions that I have for all of you today is obviously we want to talk identifying what you really want. When it comes to your business, what are you really trying to do? Today, what are the results are you tracking? Daily activities your mundane schedule is filled with, right? So, second thing is we want to identify who you really want to be attracting, who are you really attracting. Are we having our lunches day after day? Are we having coffee multiple times throughout the day? Hopefully none. Time is very, very valuable and it's intentional, and your time, money, knowledge that all of you have here as a collective, you too, Wendy. So I also want to help you also create the value. What value are you providing to your audience? Is one, educating them, inspiring them, laugh or cry? How you start building your brand rapport. It's building that trust, and you're not just doing marketing just to do marketing. So your intentional value. The other thing too is, how do you build an audience? Sometimes we do attract the ones that are just out for free stuff. They're just saying everything for free because they're just new, or they really truly can't afford it, or are they just the ones that are just one? I get very clear with my time as or is it somebody that just wants to become friends with very quickly? Also, I want to help you utilize your analytics, meaning are you tracking your numbers? Do we know your numbers? Your prices, what are you offering? How many offers do you have? Are you confusing your customers and your audience? Meaning, do I have too many things going on and I'm confused? If you are, then let's have a conversation. Really getting very clear with your message. And so with this conversation, I'm really going to be talking about digital marketing and online marketing because that's my wheelhouse. There are, I think, over 7 billion people on this planet now. I'm going to be sharing with you some statistics that's going to really blow your mind today. And if you don't have online presence, you probably want to get on board. You don't have to do business with the people in your back door. Also, we want to create effective processes. I love processes. That's what I'm known for, is I'm a process improvement manager. I'm tested and proven, meaning you can just plug it in, let it repeat, results, and you don't do anything except for maybe adjust your. Wendy, please let me know if my voice fades so you can hear me really okay. So the question that I really want to ask you all today is, what do you want? At the end of the day, if you could wake up in the morning, wake up and work with anybody you wanted to work with, how many hours a day would you really want to work? Places would you like to travel to? And who would you really like running your business? Right? While you're out there enjoying. So that's the question. And if you don't know what this is, or maybe you're at a point in your business where you've got a lot of things going on and you need to kind of just come back. What am I really trying to do? What am I really who am I really trying to help? What am I really trying to my results? Who am I really trying to help? Is this really in alignment with what I'm trying to create? Not, let's get rid of it. So I love this quote because what I'm really after today is you all getting into your head. What I really want is, I really want more time in my day, in my business, or I really want more money so I can help more people. Share those blessings a little bit more, or add additional things to my business. So this quote, and I pulled it off when I was looking up time quotes. It's not enough to be busy. So are the ants and the birds and the bees. The question is, what are we busy doing? So think about that as you're looking at. Now, some of you may think, you know what, I want more money. Maybe with some of the bills, maybe hire more staff, maybe, or maybe it's getting more, right? And I love this quote by Jim Rohn, you know, formal education can only get you so far, but self-education make you a fortune. Many of us who are coaches know that. As investing in a coach, we are never really master of what we do. I think we continually learn to invest and pour into others. Most one of the things that people don't teach you as a coach and entrepreneur, they don't tell you education, professional investment is really critical to your growth. More people. Now, if you're in this category where you want more time and money, right? This quote here, I love this one. I'm going to read it really slowly. What we really want to do is what we are really meant to do. And when we do what we are meant to do, money comes to us, doors open, and we find ourselves. We find ourselves in, let's see, Phil. Yep. So this quote here is really, if you listen to the words, it's, what are you really meant to do? I struggled with this early on in the start of my business is because I was trying to help everybody. I got really tired of the people I was trying to convince and control, and hard shift for me. I find myself still learning to detach. We have big hearts. We want to help everybody, but at the end of the day, again, so the question, One is, where are you right now? Where are you in your business right now? We're already, 3 months into the year? Or better. I always tell my clients, it doesn't matter when you start strategically planning. Get one done. Let's follow this process. Repeat it and repeat. So I give out 31 days of content for your business. It's usually a fee that I give to all of my clients or anybody I meet. If you would like one, please let me know. But that 31 days of content, I tell people, it's actually valuable. You can repeat, follow the process. It's 365 days of content for your business. I want to hear a client tell me they don't have enough content in their business. You are the brain and the operations of everything that you do. So, welcome, guys. That's all right. For you. So you are the brain and the operations of your business, and only you know what you do. So for me, as a brand strategist and a process improvement coaches, if I had a USB cord and I were to plug this into your brain, I want to dump it all into paper. I can make it pretty for the world to understand. Pretty much what I do. So where are you? Systems work for you. If you don't know, I'd love to have a conversation with you. So very quickly, I'm Selena Stone with Stone Media Source. I actually was born in Laos, so English was really my second language. So my dad is Thai, my mom is Laotian. I grew up with a sibling, or two siblings, brother and a sister. My parents were first generation immigrants here to the U.S. So with that being said, we faced the American dream. It was get a good job, get a good college degree, settle down, have babies, was the plan. Well, I did the plan, and the plan never said anything about what comes after the baby. It comes after the divorce. So I spent my career, my life, really chasing the American dream, which was growing companies very quickly in Fortune 500 companies, which I'll share with you here. So we had global brands that I was in charge of and growing and expansion. Really good at doing. But then life happened. Life happened for me, meaning I had to walk away from a 10-year marriage that was growing. I wasn't happy. Along with divorce was my infant son at the time, and that was very hard. So growing up in a bicultural family, I grew up with a lot of limiting beliefs. Everybody taught me, don't talk to strangers, people can hurt you, don't talk about money, women can't start a business, women don't know how to make money, your husband is really your sole provider. That's what I learned. And at 40 years old, I had to learn new beliefs. Can you imagine going through life being so terrified of everything? I was thrown in a male industry with all my careers, starting to everything has to be perfect and everything has. So it's been a journey. Really, where I'm at right now is I'm creating the life that I want. In the Midwest in Illinois most of my entire life. I do not like snow and cold weather. I've lived here in Jacksonville now for about 4 years, and my son and I, we've transitioned. He knows when mom isn't there in the winter time, it's because I'm cold and my bones are hurting. Here in Florida, and I love the beach. These are just a couple of the brands that I've helped globally. If you want to look them up on Zoom, you should start seeing. The best career I've ever had, I think, was working for the female marketing managers that I learned from. What they taught me very quickly was how to do it better. I think the best experience I ever got was working for an engineering firm in the Midwest. It was started by 4 former John Deere employees. Family-owned business. My first year there, in less than 9 months, we employees. I quickly identified we need infrastructure. So after that first year into the second year, we had 300. By the time 5 years came around, we had over 8,000 employees of an office in China and an office in India. How in the world did I do that? I'll show you how. But I made these companies a lot of money. We're talking multi-billions and billions of right. These pictures is not really to brag, but it's to show you that anybody can do this. I was a girl in the Midwest facing a lot of adversity, a lot of prejudices. People saw me coming a mile away. They didn't know if I even knew how to speak. Where are you from? This stage right here in the upper left corner is probably one of my most memorable milestones in my business. I'm not a polished speaker. I claim to be. I do know how to help you speak clearly, to get intentional with your audience, and to ask for what you want. This was a 1,200-seat theater with new business owners that were there to see Les Brown that evening. I had 14 male speakers pitching sales. By the time they got to me, they were totally sold out, like over it. And the moderator told me, "You've got 5 minutes now." I'm supposed to speak for 30 minutes about marketing and branding. Can you imagine first time speaking to an audience that huge and being told I only have 5 minutes? As you can imagine, I had this beautiful presentation. I didn't have my cord the evening. I carried one now. Very valuable lessons I learned that day. And everything about marketing, I always tell people you can have a plan A, plan B, plan C, but always have a plan Z. Because anything that can go wrong will go wrong. And that day, everything went wrong. So I'm down in the bathroom, crying my eyes out. I'm so nervous, I'm starting to puke. The beautiful lady that was reading her hand on my shoulder, "Pray over you." I said, a quick prayer, all I heard was, "My God," that was the voice of God telling me to come out that day. Because I could have went and sat back in my chair and let the next speaker go, but I decided to face my fear that day, say what I needed to get out that day. In 5 minutes, I shared with them how to help them grow and brand their business. I didn't sell anything, but by the end of my presentation, I had a line of audience. I didn't even have a credit card processor. But I was the only speaker that day that collected 10,000. I'm showing my clients how to do that. John Astaroth, if you know who he is, the guy right down there in the middle next to Les Brown, he was the person that wrote the, I coached with him. James Malinchuk, he's a speaker coach. He was the first undercover millionaire, so I went to his speaker boot camp. My first keynote speaking as an entrepreneur, actually 3 months after I quit my job, was for the Iowa Summit with the HR. Down there in the corner is Forbes Riley and Kevin Heron. I love what I do because I get to do it for this little guy. My son is my driving factor for everything that I do. And when I see him, he's 10 years old now, but this is what I see when I look at him. He's like, "Mom, I'm not a baby," but I'm like, "You are, you're mine." So he's my why. He's the one I want to spend my time with. So today, we all know traditional marketing has all look pretty young, so you may not remember this. But back in the day where there are commercials, and I think there's still commercials on television, you know, the whole family sat in one living room area. So watching the same thing. It was typically in black and white until color television was invented. Fast forward to, the 20th century now, we have marketing at our fingertips. I mean, look at your mobile devices, right? Anything and everything. Alexa, Siri, look up the nearest restaurant, right? So my son and I were doing his 4th grade math homework. Guess what he was doing?
Answers from Alexa.
He got to a question and he's like, "I don't know this one." I'm like, think of, use your pencil and figure it out. "Alexa, what's 2003 divided by 15? And I'm like, "Oh, you cannot do that." And he's like, he's being resourceful. And what I want to share with you guys today is there are resources available to you. You just know where to look for them, okay? That's what he taught me that day. I'm like, oh my gosh, I wish I had Siri and Alexa when I was in college. I don't know if you can see this. Oops, sorry. Okay, these statistics are really just to share with you why I love what I do, because I'm a numbers person. That's the geeky side of me. But knowing your numbers is very critical. Why this is so important? The massive surge of online sales. If you do not have a presence online, you may be missing a huge sector of your audience. So how many of you know what happened in 2019 leading into 2020? All there, right? A lot of doors shut. My business quadrupled in profits that year. Why? Because everybody was coming to me asking me, how do I get my course online? How do I sell? How do I speak? Where do I find these speaking events? Where are people training and speaking? So these numbers are going to continue to grow very quickly. Technology is changing. If you are doing business as usual, I hope that you got a wake-up call. But this is a time to embrace technology. I love it. It's only going to get faster. Brains are processing the information faster. People want their stuff now. If you don't have their stuff now, you may be missing the boat. They're going to the next. So in 2021, we have grown to $919 billion in revenue off of. Did I lose Wendy? She's still there? Okay. So I'm not going to read all the details in this, but this is just a snapshot of what are Americans looking for when they're searching Siri or asking Siri or Alexa or whatever. They're looking at Google especially. So these numbers are pretty telling as far as what our customers want. What are they looking for? Do you know what they're looking for? Right? I get in the heads of the people that are looking for me. So you could feel free to take a snapshot of this at any time. So what I was talking about with technology and innovation, so 80% of all the sales are coming off of, the computer, Amazon. What's astonishing to me is this right here, the very last one on their mobile devices. Everybody has one. So they're making purchases. This number went up 63% here recently. So you're laying in bed, you're in the tub, you're at your kid's soccer game. They're shopping. So is your business searchable? Let's look at those words. I just read my statistics last night trying to prepare for this. So we have 4.48 billion people around the world. Yay. That have access to mobile devices. 99% of them are shopping from their mobile phones. So when you are branding your website, make sure it's mobile friendly. Right? So what I love about these statistics right here is social media. This is where a lot of the sales are coming from. So Facebook is still the powerhouse. YouTube is quickly growing. Instagram has grown as well. LinkedIn has grown a little bit as well. Twitter, not so much. I'm not a big. It's a love-hate relationship. I love it, but I hate it. So again, just for you, statistic-wise, where are you showing up? Where are you being seen visibly? If you're not out networking and speaking, are you having presence online? Do you engage in your groups, and are you speaking to? Those are steps I wanted to teach you real quick. So the ABCs of digital marketing, obviously, I'm always marketing. Always be seen, always be connecting. But for this purpose, I want to talk about the awareness. How are you generating? You have less than 3 seconds to catch their attention because they're scrolling really fast, right? Then you've got less than 7 seconds. It's like 6.4 seconds for them to actually watch your video throughout. I know some of you have to leave, so that's okay. We'll be sending you the. Thank you,
Nice meeting you all.
Thank you, Michelle. Me too. I hate that I can't. All right. We'll catch up soon. Back soon. Okay. So we all know the power of video, and this is so true right now. This is why I love, I've had to get very comfortable with being in front of the camera. That was one of my fears was, oh, I like grooming my clients, but I've got to drink my own Kool-Aid if I'm going to be teaching this stuff. So I did 31 days of Reels. Oh my God. After the first week, actually, it was fun. It was easy. Which I knew the power of video. I just wanted to do it for myself.
Facebook Reels?
Yes.
Okay.
Instagram Reels, stories every day. I'm going to talk about that, but stories, your Facebook stories. LinkedIn is trying to catch up. They're just not there yet. So there's a different audience, but you know, again, it's knowing where your people are. So I started monitoring my numbers, and I thought I was getting a lot of engagement off of Facebook. The complete opposite. My audience was hanging out on Instagram, and so that's where I hang out now. So for you, I'd love for all of you. In this burnout that we're going to be looking at how to do it yourself, or I can help you do it too. But the numbers are very telling. What is the audience watching, and what are they? Where are they staying there? The whole point of online marketing is to, obviously, these social media platforms, they want you to stay on their apps. So the longer you stay, and this is the reason why influencers are so important, because if you notice, it's where can I drive the mass of population? So Facebook, Instagram, or LinkedIn is going to give more. When you're putting out video content, you want to make sure, is it engaging? Is it getting their attention within those? So it can be, I always tell people, you know what, 15 to 30 seconds. If you've got, let's say you plan out a week where you've got, you know, where to tell your, look, I'm going to be on here every day having lunch with all of you. Have lunch with a coach. You know, or maybe it's power hour with Doc. 1 hour a week, I'm going to get on here, give out free coaching, your brown bag lunch, and let's have a conversation. You could do a whole video for an hour. So you have to tell your audience what to do and where to go. How to act needs to be very clear. So it's great to put content out there to inspire, to motivate. Don't be afraid to tell people, hey, message me, out to me, or give me your name and number. I'm going to reach out to you. Typically, if you're doing educational, like, value, group, or training, I hope to see you all there. We're going to have a more. But typically, if you're posting during the week, it's very short, brief. You do your stories. Post a reel once a day. Pick the days and the time that you're going to do it. That you
I can't hear.
Sorry, Wendy?
Yeah.
They used to say in Toastmasters that 18-minute speech was maximum. We now see that go on, and there are 1 hour long programs, and some of them are 5 minutes, some of them are.
know what the secret sauce is, Doug?
What's that?
Here's the secret sauce. It's called edutainment. Entertain your audience. That's fun, and engaging, and makes them want to stay.
Okay. Everybody. There's education. With the education, it's the entertainment and the inspiration that is.
Entertainment, engagement, and entertainment.
Okay. Great, thank you.
So the B is obviously brand, giving value. We talked about educating them. It's really just enroll your fans to become loyal raving fans, right? So C obviously is building your community. You want to engage with them. They know you, which is why people will sit and watch cats all day. watch this guy mow his lawn with 18 mowers behind him for whatever reason, and I laughed hysterically. But it's content like that that allows people to get a little glimpse into your personal life. Don't always be serious all the time. Make it fun. All right, so talking about identifying your ideal clients, identified who we really want to work with. So, you know, Siobhan and Heidi, you said really quickly, I know who my niche is. So, you know, some clients, some business owners struggle with this because they want to be go-to for everybody. What happens though then is you start customizing packages and you start with your prices and your offers. Next thing you know, you've got a whole wide variety of different types of clients. All right, so let's just stick to who do you really want to work with? Who do you really enjoy your time with? And let's just find those. A lot of women try to figure out, because we have big, big hearts and we want to take care of everybody. It's like, you only have so many hours in a day. You can't take care of everybody. Let's just find the ones who actually like to pay you and want to work. So, you know, you want to understand who you're speaking to. When you know who you're looking for and you know where they are, it makes you sharing your information so much. You will see some resources for those individuals. And also, it's looking for the people who are looking for you. This is the part where I say psychology comes in, is understanding what are the problems are you solving? What are the solutions that you say you can guarantee that you will fix, right? And at the end of the day is what is your brand promise, meaning what are you delivering? What are the results you're guaranteeing? That's what you need to know and find. People who are looking for me are having these issues. So if you were to look at your website, I can give you the equation of here's a template of what your website should look like. Is one is who this is for. Do you have toothache? Do you have tooth pain? Do you suffer from insomnia? Are you having hot flashes? Bam, it's getting their attention. Yes, that's me. You're going to continue to want to scroll down your website, right? So then you want to tell them, these are the benefits, top 3 to 5 benefits of why you want to work with me, and here are the testimonials, meaning what are the results? And then give me the phone number or the survey form to fill out my name and number so I can call you or make an appointment with you. That's what your website should be doing. So you're generating those leads. If you're not generating leads off your website, then we need to look at rebranding. You know some really awesome people who know how to build a website, not anymore. All right, so as of May 2020, 90% of people say they are more likely to follow brands. There's a reason why. I want to know that you are legitimate. I want to know that you have a phone number that they can actually call and talk to somebody in person. And they'll want to see, researching, 2 a.m., I have insomnia, I'm looking for a doctor or a physician that's got, so I want to see who's out there. So again, it's showing your audience members have a mobile device, they have a credit card, and they're ready to buy. Right? I'm telling them that you have, this number is pretty, again, you can take the screenshot of this. So the reason why I love online marketing, digital marketing, those of us who have more time than money, or maybe have money but less time, right? So depending on where you are in that spectrum, one is cost effective. Free if you don't want to advertise, but if you want to start a little budget, between $20 and $25 a day is what I tell people to play with first. Once we tweak it and we see the numbers, then we can start. I would tell people you don't have to have a big audience and you don't have to spend money on advertising to get your idea. Cost effective, obviously for brand reputation, brand management, it's easy to do. You could either do it on your own or you can hire someone like me to manage it for you. And again, it's based on your budget. So these are numerous reasons for why you should be on there. Millions of people watching on their devices. And those, remember that screen with all those numbers on the world map? That's how many daily users. This is daily. This is not monthly, this is daily. So Facebook has almost 2 billion people on their app at any given time. One of them. Instagram, 500 million every day, so again, those numbers are very telling. Is where are you showing up, and are you helping your clients find you? All right, so the functions of online marketing, we kind of talked about it earlier, was really, it's, information. They're looking for data. They're looking for research. How can I get relief for my pain? How can I make my life easy? How do I get out of cooking meals every day, right? That's what they're looking for. So make sure that your information out there is going to be relevant, that it's useful. We could talk about SEO or SEM, or deep dive. But obviously, there are people looking for recommendations. You know what? Do you know a great life coach? I just had a baby, and I cannot think straight, and I feel like I'm going crazy. Nobody's talked to me about PTS or postpartum. Yeah, it's a real thing. My mom didn't tell me about that. So, so again, it's looking for referrals. It's, hey, I know a great coach. His name is Doug. Really, I never heard of him. Go look him up. What are you doing? They're looking you up. What are your reviews? The other thing too, we talked about entertainment. Are you engaging your audience? Are you personable? Are you likable? I want to stay and watch. Look at some of those crazy entertainers out there, like these kids on YouTube. My son watches them. They're building little stick people with toothpicks, and I'm like, what are you watching? He'll watch that for hours. And these guys are making millions of dollars. Why do they do that? Because they have subscribers. The more followers you have, the more those social media platforms want. To the next point I want to make here is, what is your brand message? So if you do things correctly, properly, and you can tweak it as you go, these are some of the do's and don'ts about building your brand visibility. So your profile, professional. Are you trying to attract a professional client? Or are you kind of like a blogger and a fashionista who loves coffee? What are they selling? I actually had a client who was she called herself the millionaire mentor or something, and she couldn't understand why she made money. I won't share her name. She's very big, global. And I told her, I said, sell something for 99 cents. Put something out there to your followers that you're selling something for 99 cents. Within 5 minutes, she made $1 million. Genius, hello. You have the volume of the masses, right? So if you've got 1,200 followers, you could sell something for $47 or $100, right? It's a numbers game. When you know your numbers, it makes it very, very clear of what you can position. So another thing I always advise people too is, I'd be very careful about what kind of brand message you're sending to your audience when you are commenting or engaging or posting about politics or anything that's controversial. Stay away from those, because I know what kind of clients I want to attract, and sometimes you may miss some clients because they can just piss somebody off and then they're so, anyway, is it post worthy? Meaning, these are some of the questions you should be asking yourself before you actually post. Is, is this relevant? Is it trending? What am I wanting to do with this? Am I just doing it to just education, or do I really want to educate them? So we can go through a checklist of this if you need some help with cleaning up your profile or your you could just start. So it doesn't matter what your social media looks like right now. Let's just get you a plan and get it branded. Never tell people to start over. Don't delete your account. Phase 2 of creating your processes to leverage more time and save you some money or create more money is delivering your massive value. When you are providing content, is it engaging your audience? Are you getting comments? Are you sharing? Are you tagging? Also, I would encourage people too, don't be afraid to tag those big brands with something. Like if you're sitting at a coffee shop and you're doing a video with you working, don't be afraid to brand or tag Apple. How many millions of followers they have on some of these brands? So cognizant of where you're at, because a lot of times when you tag another brand, it'll show up in their feed as well. You're getting crossover audience. So the reasons why you want to build massive value is, one is obviously to position yourself as the expert or the authority in what. There are millions and millions of other digital marketers that do what I do. That's awesome. We need them. Our services are very needed. I don't claim to be the only one out there, but how I position myself is, look, I'm the authority when it comes to processes and management, right? Process improvement. What are you doing in your business that is completely wasting your time and your money? I look for waste and I eliminate waste. What does that look like? It's not necessarily garbage, but it's wasteful spending, wasteful communication, wasteful personnel sometimes. So that's what I talk about. Also, as far as content, are you educating? Are you teaching? Are you mentoring? Are you just inspiring to show, hey, I have depression too. That's what I suffer from. My dad committed suicide. Now gets sought out for coming to speak. I'm tired of talking about that until about, as I came out with that, I position myself. And that makes me valuable. So look into where you are, or what are you trying to attract, and being relatable. A lot of people, like Wendy, you talk about your cancer, you know, it's a very niche thing, and you're going to attract a lot of people that are going through that, looking for her. You know, the 4 rules of engagement, we guys already know this because we just talked about it, was one is, are you inspiring, are you educating, and are you advocating or promoting for something? Like, I'm an advocate for mental wellness, advocate for suicide prevention. What are you an advocate for? Makes you engage. Moms that were sitting in the audience that day, when they were hearing all these male speakers, was those women that were crying in the audience because they know what it's like to not have enough money in this bank account to pay for groceries. That's what I talked about that day. What connected me with my audience. Don't be scared to talk about that too. Obviously, prevention. An advocate, you know, suicide prevention, you know, insomnia prevention, Siobhan. You know, think of all the things that what are you advocating for? You help prevent. This helps. All right, Sue, your content strategy, this is back to the basics. That's nothing rocket science about this. You know, heart surgery. Don't make it complicated. Keep it simple. Is what are you trying to create relevant? And when? Meaning, when are you going to post this and share this? So I always tell my clients, pick a realistic number of time that you know you can post. Don't set yourself up to where you're going to beat yourself up at the end of the week because I didn't get all 8 of my posts up. You know what? If you can only do 2 a day or 2 a week, then stick to 2 a week. Pick those 2 days. It's 3 days. I want to see you succeed. And if you're posting once a week and that's all you can do, you can do 1 post a week or make it. And where? It's knowing where your audience is hanging out and determining which platform is going to be the best use and the most value, right? So I have a lot more, it's really crazy, because when I don't post for a couple of days, my people are direct messaging me, like, hey, where are you? Are you okay? And it's like, I know you fools are out there watching me, so why aren't you like, you know? So I have proven to my clients, look, I don't have like 5,000 followers. I don't need 5,000 followers. I have 1,200 very valuable audience members that know me, that like me, and they do repeat business. Those are the ones I'm talking to. If you're a friend, great. You know what? But I'm not here to be like a million followers. That's not my saying. I'll help people with that. You can do this. All of you can do this. So, any questions on that? This is the part of the presentation I love. I love giving away free gifts. Because I love you all. I want you all to be successful. I want marketing to be fun for you. A couple months ago, I had a lot of clients that said, I hate marketing. I don't like marketing. I don't understand marketing. That's not your job. You know, we're all doing 14 different things in our business. I want to position you to do what you do best, right? You know lawyers. I don't know lawyers. Take the marketing out of that equation, and either, if you're going to have more time, I'll teach you how to do marketing. But if you don't want that, you know what? Then invest your budget in someone who can. So part of this presentation is I'm going to give everybody to Coach Jacksonville and those who are here today a checklist along with 31 days of content. All right. So take the guesswork out of your business. I don't want to hear excuses. I don't know what to post today. You know what? You don't have an excuse. Here's 31 days. Pick one and just repeat it. Right. So I love that part. It makes everybody smile. So. How do you attract and nurture your audience? This is the piece of the puzzle that everybody says, oh, this is work, right? But the work is easy if you stay with it consistently. Obviously, it's, starting conversations with your audience members. So in your stories or on your reels, it's asking questions. Or it could be fun or it could be serious. So it's really getting your audience members to engage with you. It's asking hard questions. It's me sometimes talking about how many of you are out there right now, you're mom and you're struggling. One day you're happy and the next day you're not. You feel like you're bipolar. It's okay. You just want your audience to know they're not alone. You understand what you're doing, you understand where they're coming from, and you're really just there to be their friend. That's how you start building that trust. So, you all know how to do business, right? You like doing business with people you enjoy, that you like to have fun with, that you belong with, right? And sometimes hiring coaches don't always, those are the ones that are there to hold you accountable. You're holding your audience accountable too. They'll show up. I'm missing that boat with your audience. Feel free to take a screenshot of this. I don't want to go through every single one of those, but, how do you engage? This bottom piece right here. You could do 30 minutes a day. This is what I would, and I should add one more bullet on this, but 10 minutes a day, it's spend time on your feed, liking, sharing, or sending it to somebody to share it with, or tagging somebody that you saw a post that that your clients might like. But spending 10 minutes a day on just your reel, it shows that you're engaged. 10 minutes engaging with stories, meaning are you in there liking or sending hearts or saying, hey, good job. That's showing your audience, hey, you care. Out there, spend 10 minutes. You could set a little timer on your phone or on the microwave clock while you're enjoying your coffee and just do it. 10 minutes also engaging in your comments. This is where I get more leads. All my leads off of comments. I don't know if Siobhan, are you shaking your head because you know that too?
Oh, yeah. I was just agreeing with you. That's amazing.
Yeah. So you'll be surprised when you take the time to kind of mentor or really put in a heartfelt comment in somebody's post. They reach out to you. I give myself about 11. I say I'm going to comment 11. I need 11 to 12 comments today, and I just go find people's feeds. And this is where all my leads come from. It's very valuable for me in my business, so I know this. If you're not spending time commenting on other people's feeds, there's cold and warm leads that can turn quickly into hot leads. Always convert. I know my sales ratio. 40% of my clients come from just. If you're not doing this, you're missing the boat. The reason why you want to be in there is because, again, you're engaging, and they're engaging with you. And that's how you build relationships. Really, in the feed, it's privately offline, either in or picking up the phone. So, people can actually see you. You're not invisible. Meaning, just because you're hiding behind the computer screen or your phone, people see you. So, again, it's all about likability. Are you commenting and going into groups or pages and posts where you have alignment in either, you know, are you spending time in there actually wanting to get to know people, time to actually ask questions, maybe mentor. When you start giving some information that's valuable, people start noticing you a little bit more. Hey, what am I talking about today? I'm going to go check out her Facebook. I'm going to go check, oh, she's over here on Facebook, Instagram, right? I get them into my private club rooms. Clubhouse, I should put something up here on Clubhouse. How many of you are familiar with Clubhouse? I love Clubhouse. I was a little bit hesitant to learn it at first. I'm like, oh, I'm work. But I love Clubhouse. And the reason why is, this is a secret, 3, is you already have an audience sitting there waiting. Those rooms have your ideal audience members. All you got to do now is show up, be asked to either speak or to moderate, and I connect with the room, host, right? Provide value, saying, hey, here's some feedback. Oh, and by the way, I have some topics I'd love to share too. Would you want to? That's how you get asked to be presenter, moderator, right? So I always say, don't reinvent the wheel. You know where your audience is. You know what they're looking for. You just need to go show up and find where those people are at and build credibility and value as an authority. Learning and nurturing those skills. So another great lead generation as well. Connect with people in Clubhouse. Again, I'm not going to go through all of these really quickly, but again, you know, go in and spend some time in your Facebook, 30 to 40 minutes a day. That's all I do. I know what time during the days I really like to post. So all these rules that you hear about these digital marketers, oh, you got to post on a peak time. Only post on this. Throw that out the window. Going up consistently, and when your audience starts noticing you, they know when you're going to show up. Don't worry about, hey, it's Monday and it's 3 o'clock and I haven't posted yet. Most frequently. Scheduling your online platform. I always tell people, just determine what days of the week that fits in your, so, you know, Heidi, you talked about, you know, gamifying. When you're working with your clients, it's understanding how many hours in the day do you have? How do I make this fun? My clients, you know, they're not marketing experts, but how do I make it fun for them? Like, whip out their video camera and their bathrobe and their hair's still wet, but they want to make a video, right? I got to make it fun for them. So I tell people, realistically, look at your time in the day. Morning routine. What's your lunch routine? Afternoon like? If you're starting to fall asleep at your desk, get up and start dancing. Turn the music on and turn your video on, right? Show them, give them behind the scenes of what this looks like today. If I'm with my son on the weekend, I'm in the week. I'm being a mom, you know. So my audience knows me as I'm a mom first. So my moms, I know they're busy during the morning, so I don't post in the morning. In the evenings, they're making dinner, so I don't post on those. I do know, come 9 o'clock, they're in there with their glass of wine, and they're in the tub, and they're on their phones. You know? So know your audience, what's their schedule like, and then realistically, how does this fit into my... That's what I'll explore with you. Determine, you know, what channels are right for you, you know. I don't want you spending a lot of time on Twitter. If you can't stand Twitter, you don't have a lot of people tweeting you back. Stop doing it. With LinkedIn, with YouTube. We'll figure out what channels are going to be working for you based and determine, are you a business-to-business type of coach, or are you a business-to... So if that's not it, well, so pair your audience for business type, meaning if you're business-to-business or if you're B2C. Right. So this is where the systems come into place, right? So you all are, how many of you are actually hiring a marketing person? You still need to be involved in your marketing. For the rest of you who are monitoring your own marketing results, take a screenshot of this because you'll want to either monthly or quarterly keep an eye on your results. Right? How many views are you getting on your posts, right? That tells a lot. If you're not getting a lot of views and not a lot of comments, it means you just need to have more engagement, or vice versa. Maybe you have a lot of comments but not a whole lot of views. So there's a reason behind that as well. I think I put out some random video and I had like 32,000 to it, and I was like, what? But I noticed what time of the day it was, and I noticed what kind of trending audio it was, and I noticed like who were the people that are commenting. So also with clicks, you can tell, this is specifically for email marketing, the open rate, the click-through rate. Depends on your websites. If your website developer is not providing you with this information, you should be asking, how many clicks am I getting per day on my site? Where are they clicking my pages? Know that, right? If it's not getting enough clicks on your web page, then you need to refresh your content, maybe add a video. Yes, ma'am.
Average, like, I guess, of like a small business, like how normal or like,
Depends on what content you have on your website that you're trying to drive them to. So if at the end of the day you want people just to go either book a call with you, or maybe it's to download a survey or a questionnaire, or I always hope. I want to see how many people are clicking on those. If I'm not getting enough click-throughs, then I gotta refresh my website with more pop-ups or some kind of pop-up to get their attention. Or maybe I'm not addressing their questions readily. So it really depends on your business as far as like, where are you wanting them to go to, and what are you actually wanting them to book? So it's a free call or free consultation, or maybe it's to download. Because once you get their email and they have to download it, that's another way of opting in. I want their email and I want their phone number. Be very valuable in your business. If you're not collecting names and phone numbers and emails, missing a lot, like at least 100,000, 200,000. We're all victims of it, but it's needed. Yes, Shane.
I have a 2 o'clock, so I have to go.
Okay.
I just wanted to thank you for
Oh, thank you.
It's
Yes.
been great, and I will watch the rest of the recording.
Awesome. Thanks
It's been
for
great.
coming.
Great to meet all of you. I look
Yep,
forward to
we're
seeing all
almost
of you.
done. Thank you, Shane.
Thank you.
Comments are really important too, because that shows engagement. Social media platforms are looking for audience members to stay on their platform. So the more people you have watching, the more people you have commenting, the more they want to see your content on their feed. Wendy, how am I doing for time? Is she still on? Yeah. But we're getting close. We're almost done. I got a few more slides. Thank you, Shane. Good seeing you. Have a good. So the same thing here with comments and shares. It's just showing your audience that you're involved, you're engaged. Obviously, these social media platforms, they want to see bodies, that you're not just an iBot. So you notice that those analytics, it's cutting down on bots, salespeople, social media for a reason. They want people to be social. The longer you're on that platform, the more money they make, right? That's the whole end of the game. So keep people on there for as long as you can. And then also is your audience reach, is how many views, how many shares, and it's pretty astonishing. These numbers are really critical, and I'll show you why, that you need to know your numbers, because then it can really, then we can laser focus more on your or your content. You gotta go to?
oh, no.
No? Okay. Okay. How do you evaluate your process? Meaning, if you don't know what that process is, these are the only 3 things you need to know: is just collecting data. You're collecting your audience information, you're collecting your analytics, looking at what time is best for me, and how many people are watching me. So I got a real eye shocker when I was looking at my Instagram stats was I was attracting more women between 33 and 47 in the northwest corner of the state. Because I'm from the Midwest and I'm down here in Florida, right? So I'm thinking, what are these women doing up there in the Northwest that I'm attracting? It was really interesting. So because I know that, I can use my content in a different manner. Right? Tracking your performance, meaning it's reading your comments, looking at your clicks throughs, how much data are you actually collecting? And if you're not, then maybe it's time to refresh your email marketing campaign or maybe a social media campaign. So the performance is going to be based on what is it that you want as the result. And really, it's just analyzing your how much impact am I making, and is it affecting the audience, people that I really want to be working with. That's a process in itself, and this is what it looks like when you put it all together. So these 5 phases is how you create this process so that you can repeat it over and over, right? So depending on where you're at in your business, can you read this?
Yes.
Well, if you wanted to go through this.
Right, start at the top.
Yeah.
Start at 12 o'clock,
Yep, 12 o'clock is fine.
widen your reach.
So widen your reach, meaning, so based on the data that you have is, well, actually, let's look at your marketing. Where are you showing up with your marketing? Are you only on LinkedIn? Are you missing out on some of these other platforms that maybe we or not? Or if you're only on LinkedIn, are you actually achieving the goals that you really want? Getting enough clients out of LinkedIn? Are you connecting and networking in LinkedIn? Are you getting enough leads? Then we need to maybe consider other platforms, right? So maybe it's you putting out a coaching video in your emails. I love Minute Mentor every day. Love his emails. That's my first thing I do in the morning. So 1 minute, 60-second video in his emails, and it's just a mentor party. What I'm talking about? Oh my gosh, I can see his logo. But he does this, and it's brilliant. He sends out an email to his list every day, and that's how it's lead generation. But it's just a mentor minute, and it's inspirational, it's motivational, it's also business focused as well. I will find the name of that person. You can subscribe to him. It's brilliant content. So we could position your email campaign, or maybe it's a weekly. So when I say widen your reaches, let's look at some other areas in your marketing that we're missing that maybe you want to have a larger.
Increase engagement.
Engagement. That's the whole point, is actually getting eyeballs to you, and it's getting people on the phone. Right? So increasing views, that kind of goes back in hand with, visibility. New audience, people that may not
Generate leads.
And this is, I think, if anything else, I started this part because that's where us as business owners and coaches, that's what we want. Are we doing all these things for the right reasons? And is it generating qualified leads for me? If not qualified leads, then what can I be doing better to qualify them before they get on the phone? And a lot of businesses sometimes miss this. We spend a little bit of time talking about rewarding your audience. This is why I love giving out free gifts. Sometimes I'll do a free training, or I'll just do, hey, let's have a conversation with Soul, right? People like that. I love getting freebies. I love getting my coupons at, Bed Bath & Beyond. It makes me want to go in there and spend more money, right? So when you do those things, your audience wants to come back. They're trying to get to know you before they actually invest a large sum, because to work with me, it's not exactly the cheapest. I do have some prices that will, but for one-on-one coaching with me, it's a pretty big commitment, right? I'm the type of coach that's going to hold you accountable and deliver. So this right here, I reward my clients, right? When you sign a $30,000 contract with me, you're gonna get a really nice personalized, cool stuff in it, you know? They're gonna show up with their binder and their book, they've got their mug, and they're ready to go, right? And we're talking about leads and sales.
The last one's improved message,
So,
loyalty still, we're
yeah.
still on loyalty.
So just one thing with the rewards and loyalty is just think about too, like in my coaching program, when they sign up with me, at the end of the year, they come to a retreat with me. So it's kind of like a mastermind like this. It's more intimate, and we do a lot of free stuff for a 2-day retreat. Out of their house, away from the kids, get them away from their business, their busy moms, and they like that. So I treat them to a very well-deserved vacation at the end of the year. So think about your coaching program as, how are you rewarding them? Are you making it fun? Are you making it that they want to come back every year, right? So passive stuff is important. So whether it's annual retreats, or maybe it's quarterly masterminds, or maybe it's providing a lunch, Also, one of the things when I do intake of my new clients, I ask them, when is their birthday, right? When was the anniversary of them starting their business? What are the birthdays of their children? My moms I'm talking about, right? Where do you like to shop? What's your favorite dessert? What's your favorite cookie? What's your favorite wine or tea? I keep that in hand so I know those milestones happen, so they get a random gift from me or a card that makes me say, hey, Selena's thinking about me. So think about those personal touches that are missing in your coaching program, because I think mail is not lost. I love getting cards in the mail. I love getting gifts randomly. Amazon. So the messaging part, obviously, improving your messaging. This is a continuous process as far as like you looking at your overall brand, like your website. Are you getting enough click-throughs? Getting enough leads coming from your? If not, I always tell people your branding is never done. If you're not touching your website at least once a week, or even you're not doing enough, your website's never going to be finished. Always being there, adding new content, adding new videos, creating a different, exclusive offer for your high-paying clients, maybe, or maybe it's for March. March is International Women's Day is tomorrow, right? So March is also Women's History Month. So my mamas are really important to me. So during the month of March, my messaging is going to be geared towards honoring, acknowledging, and a little bit of focus on some of them. So you can use a holiday calendar, or you can look for business. There's so many websites out there. I can send them to you guys if you want to, or there's so many things out there for every day of the month. I love getting a calendar before December, and I'll start marking out my whole year as far as what are my holiday milestones I need to be about, right? And then it's also remembering my clients' milestones. Right. This is the last bonus gift I'm giving out to everybody today. Yay! So one-on-one coaching with me, I normally charge $500 for 1 hour to work with me for an hour, and it's really getting very strategic about what do we need to focus on your business? What are your goals in the next 30 to 90 days, right? What do you want to focus on right now? Where are you bleeding? And who's dying right now that we need to take care of right now, right?
Triage.
It's triage. So that you should always be triaging. I learned that in HR really quickly. No, it's okay, Siobhan. Nice having you here. Thank you, hon.
I got my kids.
Okay, yep.
I got
They're important.
right?
Yeah, they're important.
Bye, everyone.
Thanks, Siobhan. Yes, ma'am.
How do you make a personal presence, but also remaining like how do you go on Facebook and, like you were saying, like dancing, so in a lawyer's office or something like that, like how would they make it professional?
So, I love attorneys. They're a very rare breed, like engineers. Very serious. And one of my coaches actually went and spoke overseas to a whole group of like Indian doctors. Can you imagine trying to crack jokes and I mean, they are just like, you could hear a pin drop in the back. And I'm sorry, but you know what? People like funny. Like, we can't always be serious, right? Think about all the lawyer jokes that are out there. God. So you want to make it personable, but you want to also keep it professional because obviously everybody gets really. But I want to say, what do you want to be seen and known as? I used to take myself so so serious, and I was being kind of like put into that category of Asians are so serious. Asians aren't funny. Asians don't speak, you know. But I kind of broke that. You know what? This is me. It's my life. It's my business. I get to create this how I want to, and I know what kind of people I want to work with. I did a retreat one time, and these things. How many times have you been asked, who is your ideal avatar? Who hates that question? I do. Like, I don't have an avatar because you know why? I only want to work with people who like to have fun in their business, who like to have fun in their life. We have kids. Can't be serious all the time, you know. And if you don't have kids, look around you. You're in a coffee shop. You're at a bar. People are just making calls everywhere. Again, it was one of those beliefs. I was not allowed to make mistakes. I was not allowed to. Many. I don't want to, it hits me sometimes. I was in these professions with men in my industry that it was very critical that I had to have my reports pristine. I mean, we had billions of dollars on the line. I had hundreds and thousands of employees relying on me for information. And so I put myself in a situation where I was not allowed to make mistakes. I was not allowed to look foolish or stupid. I always had to be serious and professional. And at the age of 39, I said, my soul feels like it's dying. I had 2 cell phones on me. I had an infant son I was bringing to the office every weekend. Beautiful office. And the corporate ladder, I was making, right? You thought I had arrived. And inside, my soul just felt like I was working all the time and I wasn't happy. And so when you look at your business and your personal life, it's like, are you doing the things that make you happy? Are people getting to know you? And when I started this journey, it was I wanted people to know the real Selena. She was in there, but she was quieted all the time. Do that. Don't jump. Don't make noise. Don't speak. Right? You're supposed to be submissive. Your dad. All the stuff. So I don't know if you could take some of that into your own personal life, but think about all of these limiting beliefs and all these stupid lies that we've been taught. Don't talk to strangers. How many of you all heard that? Well, I'm a business owner. I'm talking to strangers every single day. And I've taught my son it's okay to talk to strangers. Strangers are nice. Strangers have money. You know what he did? He asked the guy for $50 and he got $50 because he wasn't afraid to go talk to a man and just say hi. And notice when you look at other kids that are engaging in conversation, how can you not smile? I mean, because they're innocent, right? So I've taught my son it's okay to talk to strangers. You can be very cautious, body language, to know if they're going to be. Yeah. Don't take candy from strangers. Don't go around unmarked vans.
Take $50 from us.
Yeah. But he's like, can I have $50, sir? What do you need it for? Never mind that. You know, I just watched the way he did it. I was like, that was awesome. I wish someone had taught me that. I was so afraid to talk to strangers. And here I am doing marketing and sales. And if any of you are listening to this, I tell my moms this all the time. You have to talk to strangers. You have a business or a product and service, you need to sell. You need income. You need to feed your children. If you don't sell yourself, who's going to sell it for you? You cannot be afraid of selling. I don't care. The sleazy salesman days are over, right? They're doing what they're going to do, but I'm not a sleazy salesman. I know my heart. I know my integrity. I know what results I deliver. And if you want to work with me and have fun doing it, I'm going to show you how. So my ideal client is somebody who wants to have fun, who doesn't take it seriously, and who loves to pay me. Helped a mom, single mom of 4, got pregnant with a 3rd baby, left her with her 3rd baby, came back, she took him back, pregnant the 4th time. found me and she said, I'm done with this victim stuff. How do I help myself? How do I get out of this? And it's like, first, mistakes are learning lessons. So if you're making lots of mistakes in your business, awesome. You're a professional mistake maker. It's fun, right? You don't get to be so serious about yourself. I love laughing at myself because of this, because growing up, I was not allowed to have fun. I missed out on a childhood, and so I don't want my son missing out on that. You know, you get to have fun. I want to make a ton of money, and it's great in the courtroom, but you know what? When you're in your business every day and you're a human, we're gonna make mistakes. We learn. That's how our children learn. Harder until we learn the lesson. So I teach my son, and sometimes in my own business, I'm learning lots of hard lessons because I'm hard-headed sometimes. I'm stubborn. And it's like, okay, I'm gonna listen to my coach. I'm gonna listen to God and surrender. Let him just, okay, hard, right? So, I don't know if I answered your question.
No, you definitely did.
But my brand image is, look, I don't want to be taken seriously, but when it comes to business and your money, that's when it comes serious. Shift my energy and I can shift my mindset in a minute. But I also know what kind of audience I'm talking to. So if you know your lawyers, some of them are quirky.
Well, we have an staffing recruitment.
Do you notice the engagement in the comments?
Well, it's funny that you say that is because we have a very big, all the clicks and views. I was kind of asking like, how would you know what's average? But I mean, the only our social media like marketing skills about like the job description. And so I want more audience so that way, you know, applicants. So I have more options to choose and more qualified.
So how are you positioning your company and your
So it's pretty much in Facebook. It's not like I don't put any ads up, or sorry, not ads. I don't put any out there. I literally job board, and then so that way people can apply and check up on it and make sure.
Michaela? Hi, Michaela, it's Lena. You and I should do a one-on-one. I'm giving out, ta-da, nice lead in. Today, for those of you who are interested and for anybody else, I'm giving, normally do charge $500 for the hour for that. She's doing, I love you. I'm so proud of you. You done tremendously. But in that 1 hour, we're gonna do a deep dive. So what I would talk about is, you know, what do you want to be known as? And how are you sharing the benefits of why they should come to you if they're looking for? So for that, it'd be more very strategic content. And what kind of people are you trying to attract? Trying to attract applicants to fill legal, paralegal.
And also clients to use staff their business.
So then it's going back to, do you know who you're talking to? Know your audience that are looking for what you have. And that's the content that should be driving all of your stories and reels. Because there's lawyers out there. I mean, I know Randy Reep. Randy Reep, you know him?
He's
Yeah.
so close with my mom.
Yeah.
My mom's gonna be with him. So.
Yeah. He everybody knows him as the superhero pilot in Cowboys.
Yeah.
You know, you think he's serious? No.
No.
I'd love to see his branding. Yeah. So, you kind of want to start driving your branding to how do you want people to see you, value you. And if you're the go-to HR personnel, I'm going to know, hey, you're looking for a job in any legal, going to Michaela, right? So, are you managing your personal one or the business one?
The business one.
Okay.
My mom's the owner of the company.
No, it's okay.
Sorry.
Nice meeting you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for all your help today. So,
Yeah, my mom is the owner of the company. So my sister actually, got a degree in the social media marketing, so she was supposed to do that, but she wasn't, and now she's off doing her own thing in Texas, and so I'm now stepping into that role, like, let me do it, Mom.
yeah.
So, I don't know social media and marketing, and I only go on Facebook myself to either watch silly videos or post a profile pic, like, that's it.
Yeah. And sometimes those things don't always work, because it depends on the kind of brand as your clientele to know you.
Right.
There's a company that I work with, they're a med spa, surgical, so they do, you know, all the things. I'm not into that with Botox and all that, but however, because that industry tends to sometimes be very serious, it's
Yeah.
so funny and quirky, and it works for them. They started doing reels, and they have a YouTube channel now, and they get so many followers, but it's the doctor and her staff, and they do these cute videos. You know, I gave them the content calendar, and they took it to a whole different level. But because they're entertaining and they're very cute and pretty, so that doesn't help, or it does help rather. But they make it fun.
Yeah.
You know, they make it fun, and now, I mean, they've blown up a months out, but you can have fun. Stereotype is attorneys are, you know, serious and they're not approachable and they're very stiff. So, have to be
Like, of like the post, and like you were saying it's National Women's Day tomorrow, I was just thinking like, not alone, because we're a staffing company. I could even put out there like a statistic and say like,
Yes.
how many women are now employed, or like, you know, how many women own a business. There's
Yes.
something like derived to that, and
There's
it doesn't have to be directed towards,
Yes.
you know, HR, but it's still along the lines of like, you need a job, or like, look how many women have jobs, you know?
Yep.
And so I just literally thought of that as you were saying that. I was like, wow, like even that alone, just that small little tip or a small little
Yes.
statistic is a way to put out there or make a post.
Absolutely. Yep. So honor the women in your legal industry field or whatever, or HR, management. You could pull all kinds of stats. There's many out there. How many female business owners, how many females have left? I actually just pulled up for another day. How many females have started their own business during the pandemic? How many women executives left their corporate jobs? You know, I like that one.
Yeah.
Those are the ones I like. Jump over to this side, it's funner. But something like that, yeah, you could do it. So you could pick a day, like, you know, if it's just Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, or maybe it's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. But every Tuesday, you're posting the same type of content. So when I sit down with you with a calendar, it's only 4 posts. Right, 4 posts in like less than 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Right? I'll teach you how to use Canva or whatever, you know. Same thing for Wednesday, you know. Thursdays, it's very simple. We just gotta teach you the process to make it fun. So does. So, my gift to all of you today is obviously I'm on a deep dive. Let's go look at what are your pain points right now, and let's figure out how to fix it. Okay. So this is just a summary of what we talked about today. Understanding how to plan, how to build your audience, obviously testing it, and then refining your process. Meaning this is a never-ending process. Branding. My brand has evolved so much since I started this company to now, where I'm still evolving. You know, we have to evolve, or we get stuck. Look at the dinosaurs. You know, some of I call them my wise elders. You know, they're not doing business as usual anymore. They can't. This whole world of technology, and people that want things fast, like, you know, having a 12-week program can kind of be taxing for some people. I mean, 12 weeks, holy crap. 3 months, I've got things to do, you know? So a brand is no longer what you tell your customer it is. A brand is what the consumers tell you or tell each other what it is. So think about that. It's referrals, word of mouth, right? We know you need to know we're in that business. Thank you so much, Doug, for allowing me to share today. If you'd like to connect with me, I'm on all the platforms, so look up Selena Stone. I will send you my contact card.
Okay. I have a
Thank you. But yeah, I would love to work with you all. I have a course. If you want to learn it, it's a 5-week course. So you'll spend the next 5 weeks with me. There's a bonus week. I have an expert coming in to talk, but we're going to be talking about actually how to brand your own business. So I'm starting that next group of entrepreneurs. So if you guys are interested in that, it's 5 weeks. We're just diving into your business. Every week there's homework assignments. You're actually going to be applying all the stuff that I teach you. Every week it's a different topic. And then my 6th week is a free bonus for you, where I've got an expert speaker. So this lady is particularly, she's so tech savvy. So it's teaching business owners how to use Trello, Canva, all of those tools, teaching you how to actually use your Instagram so you can, so it's a really fun. Then by the end of it, in less than a month, your branding is being done while you're learning. All right, thank you. Wendy, are you still here? She
she's left.
She left. Okay.
Thanks, Selena.